Always low prices at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
Women Air Force Service pilots, better known as WASPs, began their female flying formation efforts back in 1942, officially banding together on August 5, 1943, ready to help out in any aerial way they could. During our coverage of Aviation Nation 2025, we met WASP Direct Descendant U.S. Air Force Pilot Major Hannah Venom Gilpatrick, who offered an inside account into her grandmother's airborne powers and what it took to get her there. Here's part 2 of our WASP Legacy Soars On special.
What I'm doing today is I'm recreating this picture of my grandma. This is my grandma here. I'll let you take a shot of that here in a minute. So I'm wearing her hat. This was the day that she soloed the PT-17 Stearman, as you can see there. That was June 1st, 1944. It was an open cockpit, which is why they wore this hat and the goggles, so that way they could see and it wouldn't be too cold. She's also wearing these like little moccasin loafer things. They wanted to be comfortable. Since they were a secret program in the military, they weren't directly in the military, they were still civilians, so they had to provide a lot of their own stuff. The things that were provided to them were these oversized jumpsuit things. They called them zoot suits back in the day, so that's just a coverall uniform to keep their clothes clean. But they didn't have women's sizes of coveralls, so they were all really baggy.
How did your grandmother transition to the civilian world after WASP was disbanded?
So she was pretty disappointed at first, but it meant that the war was winding down, and so they weren't needed anymore. But she gained some really great skills that she took forward for the rest of her life, and she gained an amazing sisterhood that she was very well connected with until the day that she died. She loved flying. Flying was her passion. After the WASP got disbanded in 1944, she was the last class to graduate. She finished up her time in the military instructing, and then went on to become a civilian flight instructor, which is where she met her husband. He was one of her students, but I don't think he finished the training. He went on to own a construction business, and she went on to own the first female-owned air taxi business in Indiana. She's got some great stories about picking up parts from the Caterpillar factory and flying them to the construction zone and landing on the already finished road to deliver critical parts to the construction equipment that my grandpa was working on the road with.
Did she get to see you in this capacity?
So she has always inspired me to be in the Air Force. She was able to come to my Air Force Academy graduation and my pilot training graduations. She was a really big part of that. But she passed about 6 years ago and hasn't seen me doing any sort of the reenactment stuff. I started doing this to remember her legacy and keep carrying that forward so that people don't forget that this was a really cool program. And this is where we stand on the shoulders of giants, and she was one of those giants.
The WASP pilot training program received 1,074 graduates who flew at 126 bases nationwide, while 38 died in their service, with 11 in training and 27 during missions. As always, on behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, thank you so much for your service. Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.